Hey guys, Kevin here. Just got back from a meeting that I had at my school. I have to go to on a monthly basis. Um, Not the most exciting stuff, very long and drawn out, and you really don't end up doing anything in them. But I'm back and I get to show off my comics that I got. Got a pretty big stack this week, um, which I'm gonna have to start getting rid of some of them. Like a lot of these are, well, at least two or three of these are miniseries that will just end up disappearing anyway. But we'll see. Lots of drama, I suppose, action, excitement, what have you, on the community the past few days. Uh, I'm not really involved in it at all, which is a positive. Yeah, just I think everyone said everything that needs to be said on that. I'm not gonna bother getting into it, except by saying that, yeah, I really commend people for taking action, I guess, on someone. I mean, regardless of what you think, if people went over the top with it, when someone uses, regardless of their age, like highly racialized or offensive language, there's no excuse for that. I mean, people know better, and that's all I'm going to say there. So I think the best thing to do is just to ignore it and let it disappear in itself. Anyway, I'm not going to get involved, so that's all I'm going to say about that. On to my comic books. I have one independent this week, and I read Sledgehammer 44, which you should all go pick up, because it was really good if you're into like the whole Hellboy world type thing. But I picked up BPRD Hell on Earth, and this is part 1 of 2 of A Cold Day in Hell. So I'm interested in this, I mean, this is the last thing I need to do is get into something else, but like Hellboy has been really good, and I've been interested in this for a couple months, and I decided just to jump on because it looks really interconnected, and I like a very tight-knit universe just by getting those Hellboy type books. From DC, I picked up The Whistling Skull, 4 of 6. Very cool book. Very interesting take. I guess it's a reimagining of the JLA, the JSA, Justice Society of America. And I always say that the art's really cool in this book because it really is. It's a Claymore. Tony Harris does the art. Claymore's the writer. But, yeah, you can see very interesting art. Very interesting layouts. Kind of reminds me of J.H. Williams in terms of layout style. But definitely not the same style of art, but still very good. Very interesting story. Not quite sure where it's going. It's a little bit strange. Sorry, I'm having trouble getting this back in the bag. But, yeah, it's a little bit out there, but it's been a fun read. I know some people pick it up, but it's definitely worth checking out. I'd probably wait for the trade if you're interested in all. Don't know. I got suckered into getting this again. Green Lantern New Guardians 18, because it's part 7. But I'm not even going to read this because I know what's going to happen. The First Lantern is going to play with Star Sapphire's emotions by offering her alternate versions of her past and what could have been. What's happened in the past 6 issues in this series, so I think that might be the last one, except for just Green Lantern for me. Picked up Supergirl 18. Looking forward to seeing the fallout from Hell on Earth, what goes on with the effects of the kryptonite on her. I think it was Scott Lobdell. He's not writing this, but he was saying how all the writers are working to making kryptonite very deadly in this new DCU, so it's not just something that touching it and dealing with it would have long-term effects. It's not like you open a box and Superman cowers and you close it and he's fine. It actually has lingering effects and some impact, which is, I think, it makes sense because when you have a hero like Superman or any of the super family that are so powerful, you want to have some sort of substance or whatever that can hurt them, I guess. Not very articulate there. But next, we have Wonder Woman 18. Really enjoying this book. Always love the art. You got Ares and, who is that? I guess that's the Firstborn. Must be the Firstborn there, so should be interesting. Lots of little threads going through this book underneath the main plot lines, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of these start to resolve. But this book's been phenomenal. If you haven't checked it out, I can't recommend it enough. Next, got Constantine #1. I never read Hellblazer or anything before, so I'm going into this very with just no expectations. Whatever it is what's going to be. My entire exposure to Constantine has been through Justice League Dark and Sword of Sorcery and tie-ins like that. Definitely interesting art style here. I'm not entirely sold in this book, but I really have enjoyed DC's Dark stuff, so I'm going to be checking that out, and I'm hoping it's pretty good. I've heard decent things about it. I know a lot of people are on the fence, and they probably still will be, but it looks like it's alright. Next, I got Vibe number 2. Number 1 was surprisingly good. Interesting concept. Yeah, so like I think Johns is plotting, and then you have various writers doing the dialogue and stuff. And I believe I think that's Darkseid over there, in the background. But should be interesting. I'm wondering if this is going to tie into the multiverse with his ability to see different dimensions or whatever with his vibrations and stuff. So I wonder if this is the link to Earth 2, perhaps. Who knows? We'll see. Next, I picked up Red Hood and the Outlaws, and this is probably VanFlew444 said it in his video, but this is probably my DC cover of the week, maybe the cover of the week, period. Very cool. I saw this in solicitations, and I knew that I was thinking about dropping Red Hood, but I definitely knew that I'd be picking up this book just for that cover. That's awesome. Not wild about Starfire and Arsenal, but I do like Jason Todd, so I'm gonna persevere. We got the Requiem. No Robins on this cover, which is a shame. And you got Jason Todd going a little loony from his encounter with Joker, so it should be fun to see. Got Nightwing 18 Requiem there. Interesting relationship with Dick Grayson and Damian, just through Grant Morrison's entire run. So it should be really interesting to see where this goes and what this is about. I believe Nightwing's relocating cities at some point, so should be interesting. Not a huge fan of this comic. I do think it's kind of weak, but I mean, I'm going to give it another shot. This is probably on the chopping block for my Batman titles. Got Birds of Prey 18, which I was going to drop, but then Christy Marks got on the title, and I love what she's doing with Sword of Sorcery, so I'm going to stick with it. And I do love Batgirl and Black Canary, so it gives me a reason to get that book. I believe they confront Mr. Freeze here, who has some beef with Strix, the Talon, just from his involvement in the Batman 1 annual. So it should be very good. If you want to check this book out, this is like a perfect issue. And Christy Marks, I have enjoyed what she's done so far on other books that I've read her on, so I can recommend, like, I would say that would be an interesting title to check out if you're looking for something new. Picked up Justice League, number 18. We get the Shazam backup story back in this one. You get the introduction of some of the Metal Men, I believe. That's on the variant cover, so I don't think I'm spoiling anything there. Cyborg-centric issue, I suppose. Maybe, yeah, the whole concept of the grid. I believe that Cyborg's going to be the one that's in tune with them. So he has an important role, I guess, in recruiting the team or calling the team when they're in intense situations. And I'm really looking forward to the Shazam backup, because that's probably the best part of the book for me. I'm a really big fan of the whole Shazam backstory, and I'm really hoping it gets an ongoing. I think number 21 is a complete Shazam issue, and that's the end of the backups. So I'm hoping that a title spins out of that, because they do have 2 slots for their whole 52 titles that they're supposed to be doing. So should be interesting. Next, got Justice League of America 18. Very interesting team. Very good first issue. Really pumped to start reading this. Lots of Scarecrow in this book, I believe. Big fan of Scarecrow. Yeah, I'm excited to see what goes on with this one. Next, picked up Batwoman 18. My favorite book right now. J.H. Williams is off the art, but that's pretty damn close in terms of art, or a very good alternative anyway. It's McCarthy, I believe. Trevor McCarthy. Very cool cover. Got Mr. Freeze in this one. He's getting a lot of playing time, I guess, in the DC universe right now, so should be interesting. And I guess Hawkfire, or is that her name now? Flamebird? I'm not sure. One of the two. Cassandra Cain? No, not Betty. Betty Cain, maybe? I'm not sure who it is. Anyway, she's in that book. You all know who I'm talking about if you read it. And then last but not least, got Sword of Sorcery number 6. There's 2 more issues after this, and then this is getting canceled, which I think they had planned from the beginning, so I don't know why they just didn't release it as a miniseries. Got my hopes up. Got that Striker backup, which actually improved last last issue. It's still not as good as the Beowulf one, but whatever. I got John Constantine in this one, and I believe Eclipso makes an appearance, or there's rumblings of him appearing, so we'll see. That's it for DC for me. It's a big DC week always. Now on to Marvel. Picked up Superior Spider-Man number 6. Yeah, interesting cover. Last issue was phenomenal. Got me hooked now, which is I was thinking about dropping it, but then yeah, I'm down. You got me slot. We got Humberto. Ramos is on this one. Yeah, so it should be interesting. Always an enjoyable issue. I'm not too sure these guys are. I'm not sure if they're new villains or anything, but I think they're somewhat harmless, and maybe we'll see Superior Spider-Man take a very tough stance on crime. So who knows? Picked up all new X-Men number 9. Yes, Mystique and Sabretooth there. So we're gonna finally get some of the, I guess, some resolution from their appearance about 2 issues ago. Maybe see some more Jean Grey in this. I'm really enjoying the banter between, well, Teenage Iceman and Kitty Pryde, and also between Iceman and Iceman. I think it's a really good, very humorous relief that they have going on there. I'm glad Bendis is playing that up because Iceman's a great character, so looking forward to more of that. Do this first. Avengers number 8. Get some of this guy again. Not sure what his name is yet, but very interesting. Hopefully we start getting this moving along a bit. I think that Hickman's been setting a lot of stuff up. I'm still enjoying it. Like, it is a good book, but it is dense, we'll say. Lots of plot threads and stuff going on there. Reading some of the solicitations, they mention things that happen in issue like 4, so you're just like, oh, great. But it has been good. I think the team might be too big, and that might be part of the problem, but we'll see. I'm enjoying the book. And my runner-up, I guess, for cover of the week is definitely New Avengers number 4, just because I love anything Galactus, anything Black Bolt. And we got Black Bolt at the bottom there in silhouette, and then Galactus. That's awesome. 2 of my favorite characters there. This team is phenomenal. The only one I really don't like is Iron Man, so I mean, can't really complain with that. This has been much better than Avengers. Very interesting book. I'm excited to see the whole political conflict, I guess, between Black Panther and Namor emerge, and Black Panther is going to win that fight hands down. I'm sorry if there's any Namor fans out there, but that's just a simple fact of the matter. Next, picked up Nova number 2. Number 1 was really good. Surprised me, actually. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm hoping that it doesn't tie in too much with Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, I know they are, but I'm just hoping for not a lot of crossovers. Like, I'm not too worried about like story threads running through, but crossovers would kind of I think ruin the story, because I think this has an interesting tale to tell. So we'll see about that. Picked up Captain America number 5. Been a phenomenal book, very interesting alternate universe that he's in. Yeah, just great story. I read Remender's interview about this book, and he like pretty much doesn't reveal anything because he says you'll be like shocked when you see it. So looking forward to that. Should be good. Picked up Indestructible Hulk number 5. Really like the concept of this book. Not too sure about how it plays out. Like the last issue I wasn't a big fan of, and it's been kind of slow since then. I think it's Walter Simonson, is that his name? I believe it is. Former Thor artist is doing the next issue, I believe, was a Hulk Thor crossover type story. Not a crossover, but guest starring Thor, and the art looks phenomenal. So really looking forward to that. But I mean, I love Mark Waid, so I'm gonna stick with this. But hopefully it picks up. And speaking of Mark Waid, this is my last comic that I picked up. Picked up Daredevil 24, and I read the first 2 trades, and then I picked up 23, and I'm really glad that I'm current with this now. I have a little gap to read, but at least I'm picking it up on a monthly basis because this has been a phenomenal book, and still some of the coolest covers. So that's all that I picked up. In other news, I believe I hit 100 subs, or just passed it the other day or today, which is awesome. Thank you so much for that, everyone. I'm probably going to do like a shout out video now, just as a way to show my appreciation for everyone that has subscribed and everyone that watches and comments and stuff. And then I am going to do a contest, probably not related to the 100 subscribers, so because I'm going to do it maybe in May when I get some time off. Yeah, so and just have time to like actually have a contest and stuff. So I'm gonna do that. So look forward to both of those. Thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone got everything they wanted and are enjoying their books. Hopefully we can have a nice conflict-free atmosphere in the coming weeks, because this community is too much, I guess, too much fun, and there's too many nice people and like genuinely good people in it to let nonsense ruin it, right? From any side. So specifically one side, but we won't get into that. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.